Shalom, brothers and sisters. So I want to just really read this one to you. This is just a beautiful example of double standards and how the world is biased against the Jews and Israel. Israel to announce approval of 4,000 new homes to be built in Judea and Samaria. Unsurprisingly, the media pounced on the development and rushed to condemn Israel for advancing what the White House calls an obstacle to peace and the advancement of the two-state solution. Think about this for a second. Jews are building homes so that they can live in Judea. Where does the word Jew come from? Judea. David lived in Judea and reigned there in Hebron for 7 years before Israel's capital was moved and set up in Jerusalem. With more than 300 olive oil and wine presses embedded in the rocks of Judea and Samaria, archaeology is uncovering ancient artifacts that point to Israel's settlement in these areas over the last 4,000 years. And historical and biblical tradition all point to the civilization of Israel being here. It's impossible to argue the facts that the land should belong to anyone else, yet they say the Jews have no claim. Unless, of course, you ascribe to what I call the opposite of all things common sense, which most of the world governments do. On a regular basis, aerial photographs are taken of the landscape in Judea and Samaria. These photos are analyzed, and if there is even so much as a porch addition or a chicken coop built in the backyard of a Jewish home, the photo ends up on the desk of a senior US administration official, and Bibi Netanyahu will receive a phone call asking why his country is blocking the obstacle to Middle East peace by expanding settlements in the West Bank. What I just described may sound far-fetched, but even a stretch of the truth. I wish it were. I've seen these photos myself. Meanwhile, the Palestinian Authority continues to build illegally in Area C, state-owned land of Israel, at a rate of 15 new structures every single day. Currently, more than 100,000 illegal Arab houses in Judea and Samaria. And no one in mainstream media or the UN will say a word about that. There'll be no photos taken about that. There'll be no phone calls. Millions of dollars are given by outside governments to them for this illegal construction work. Jews are from Judea. They are from Jerusalem. They are from Samaria. History, tradition, the Bible, archaeology, everything screams this story. You have to come to the heartland of Israel with a blindfold to not believe it or realize it or see it or know it. And yet the world continues to try and dispossess Israel of their heritage they've received from God, their history, their everything. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can outright see it as an attack by the enemy. Crazy. And these are supposed intelligent people running governments. What the heck? All part of the process of the end times. It's going to be a big laugh in the enemy's face when God comes down and establishes Israel permanently. God bless. Keep looking up. Shalom.